however know the answer, but the moment when you start to really speak it, or when you start to really communicate with the people, your mind went blanket, or you really started frustrated or stuttering. This is actually your not problem, but most people are really face the same problem each time. But the one thing you really miss it is this: your articulation. Have you ever really checked about your articulation? I've been really working for the last 6 months in communication, and I've really coached a lot of people to really improve their communication ability and their confidence. But the one thing I really realized from that people, they really made the same problem in a time. First, they really have a well of expression problem. They really have a great idea to really triple the business idea if there is a business, or if there is a meeting parts. They have a really great idea to the capital of the company will really multiply. But when the moment it's really starts they really start when they really get frustrated to really speak it. I have been really remember once one digital marketing person have a really great idea when he really worked. He have a really great skill, but one day her boss asked to really present this marketing knowledge to the team of the 100 people I think in the company. But when he really starts to really speak it, he really frustrated. His mind is really, he feel like still, but like that one the most problem he really faced. But after that, he really did it. That thing is, after that presentation, he really checked his time and really take it serious to really improve it. But most people are really don't care about it, that because that expression, that loss of minds, that really lead you lose opportunities. Because if you really take it to candidates when they really got the job interviews, and from those two categories, the first one is have a great confidence, have a great expression or vocabulary, but the other one is cannot really speak his, or he cannot really express his ideas pretty well. So which one would you really think that the job really get better? So this is really important, because most people are really lost because of their communication, because of their articulation. This is very important, because if you really take it serious to really improve your pronunciation or your articulation, you really become very attractive person. Because the more you really make your pronunciation, your communication attractive, your articulation also, you can really get a lot of opportunities and job and relationship and group of family and a community. This is really important. So take it serious, because this is really important. So most people are really made a mistake, and also mind to mass expression also really important, because they're really for example, take a serious someone is truly to improve his pronunciation or English language for the first time, and what he gonna do really for the first time when he starts really speaking, he really translate to his mother language, and from his mother tongue to English language, then he start forming grammar. Is that a correct or wrong? Then he really start. This is really low his pronunciation or articulation. That's why most people are really stuck to really improve also English language, because this translated from their mother tongue or from mother tongue to English language, take it as serious. But people are really need a spontaneous response. The people are really giving spontaneous response as really highly educated or better communicator in this world, because they really give a proper answer when the proper time. Because when they try really communicate with a very specific time, people are really having a time. They don't have a really time to really what your articulation like though. But the moment you really improve this thing is you really become better things by your life, by your income, by everything what you really need it. You can really be after everything what you need to it. So if you really feel this problem ever, you're not alone. Most people, as I told you, ever they really feel it. But at the end of this video, you will be able to become very confident speaker, very articulated person, because I'm gonna really give you a proven framework about that used by elite communicators before, and I really use in my own personal pronunciation, in my own personal communication skill, because this articulation really helped me a lot more than I can really possible. So it's really guaranteed. If you really apply two of them, it's really help you to really improve a lot. So stay with me till then, and if you came to YouTube to watch something meaningful, you're the right place, and don't forget to subscribe, because we bring an educational and communicational content to really level up your confidence and communication ability. So first, let's start. You need to why you need to really do it to really improve your articulation or your communication ability, because articulation is also from one of the communication skill, because if you really make your articulation better, you also improve your one of the top of your communication. So if you want to really become better articulator, speak and structure or speak and framework, but most people are not really good at these things. They really talk like logical reasoning data, but most people are really lost interest by your communication or by your conversation like this, lose interest because you're really telling information or data. That was really all. They're really not about that one. They need something different or unique things from your pronunciation or your communication. That's what they're really watching you, or what they're really having conversation with you. But for example, imagine you're living in Japan and you want to go to London next week, but you don't really want to go to United States of America. Then what you gonna do? You really buy a ticket of London. So you never buy the ticket of United States of America, because your target is what? To go to London. So you have a frame, you have a structure, you have a destiny. That is what really also, and communication is very important, because when you really know your destiny, when you really know your pronunciation or confidence or why you need to really talking about it, you really became your articulation better. So it's really so if you really said how you can really make it that structure, use the one thing, the one thing I really do that things is better, the one thing I really understand from this thing is better. For example, if your friend is recommend to watch one film and after you watch it or you finish it watch that film and he asks you how do you really look at that film, if he say to you, then how do you really respond to him? If you, and instead of structuring H by H or sense by sense, just use the one thing that really that film ended was very unforgettable. It was really that is really make your articulation or your pronunciation very attractive. Use the one thing I'm gonna really tell you in this presentation on the digital marketing is this. So this is really this is really best and important ways. If you really use it in your pronunciation or in your articulation, it can really make very, very different. So try to really use it. So the next thing is you need to do to really become better articulate mind to mass strategy, or as I told you, spend time with response. People are really not really doing these things better, because they're really doing, or they're really process, like as I told you, they translate their native language as English language, but also in every native speaker they're very stuck and these things. But if you really prepare, if you really practice like mind to mouth pronunciation or practice, you can really make a very something different things. Just try to really master these things and make your communication very popular, because the moment you start to really train your mind, it became very automatic. Then after it became automatic, you just like very friendly, you really use it very friendly. That is the most important you need to know, or you need to really improve these things. So try to really master it and make your articulation or pronunciation very, very attractive. Then the settings you need to really adapt, or you need to really know to become better articulator, read and speak out loud. This is very important, because when you really speak it out loud, or when you really some articles are really out loud, you just at the same time you really got a vocabulary, you really improve your rhythm, speed, tone and articulation. This is really important to you, really also your English pronunciation of any language, not English, but English, as you know, it is a lingua franca, or it is an international language. If you're really data, you can communicate with the international people. That is what I'm gonna really give you a lot of example with English line, because it's very important. So if you really read and speak it out loud, whatever way you need to really do it, it's really help you a lot more than you can really think of it, because make your articulation, make your pronunciation better and better faster. Track your reading, what you're reading in 1 minute, how many words are really pronounced in 1 minute. Just really track that one. It's also really helpful. Then you got really result a very, very, very couple of days. So the first thing is you need to do it to become better communicator, to really become very articulate person, record and review yourself. This is really give it a very powerful lesson for you, because if you really use a framework to really speak it, and if you really train your mind to really speak it, mind to mouth strategies, and after you read and speak out loud, the next things you need to do is record and you review yourself, because it is give you a feedback to where you are really in this person. So this is very important. When you really review, you got a really a mistake, then you have a really you use another strategy to really improve that system of that problem. So try to really check it and make this is very important and powerful. The last and the most important is I'm gonna really give you all the bonus. Just adopt the right mindset, because when I said the right mindset, people are really frustrated to really practice to really just take the action, but that was the most important. That is the most important thing you need to know about it. So when I say the right mindset is everything is built with a repetition and consistency. So try really hard at it, but people are really liable to learn tips and tricks to really become better communicator. But when we came to action, they didn't really do nothing. That was the most important. You need to do it. So try really check it and check it at this 1 hour, do it for the next 1 minute, and after 1 minute you really recognize the change by yourself. So appreciate it to stay till the end. And which one would you really refer to, which one would you really try to do in next year pronunciation, or which one couple of to really prefer to do in your next time or in next for the next 1 minute? Drop a comment and now we'll read it. And if you really found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share for your friends.